compulsive overeater. Is that like binging, but without the throwing up? Because I thought you had to binge and purge for it to be an eating disorder.
A lot of people think that, but it turns out there's no one right way to be fucked up about food.
We saw in 2020 and 2021 that there was a massive surge in people gaining weight and becoming obesity, and even more sicknesses was hitting us because of the lockdowns. It was bad enough when we were sitting in an office chair all day, but under lockdown circumstances, we don't even walk to the car to go to work or to the bus stop or go on the road at all. A lack of movement will cause you to increase in body fat. So the travel bans, the lockdowns and the restrictions, if they continue or come even more intense, will cause you to gain weight unless you have a strategy and a plan to combat that. This is especially so if you're continuing to eat the same. Under lockdowns and restrictions, you don't move as much. So automatically you will not be able to get away with eating as much. Then another reason why we can expect to gain weight in 2022, unless we really plan for it, is technology. The increase in what technology can do has got us lying in beds all day, either doing our work or playing games. But we could be sitting in a settee or just hanging around, but again, our body is not moving. Some of us only actually move when we've got to charge our phone so that we can continue to sit and watch or engage in online activities throughout the rest of the day. So the increase in technology, which is making us incredibly lazy, is also something we've got to watch out for. We have to make the decision to switch off sometime and move our bodies, and at regular intervals during the day would really be best. Talking about technology now, then we'll go around to the food and the chemicalization of our food. More than ever, we've got antibiotics, fertilizers, different chemicals being put into our foods, whether it be natural foods or processed food. So what happens, especially with processed food, they lack the 5 stars. This is what we show our members on the Slimmers plan. The 5-star system means that your food will be either low in carbohydrates, low in starch, high in nutrition, easy to digest, or low in calorie. This is a high quality food for when you want to reduce your weight. But if you eat the opposites of this, then you're going to get into a problem. So technology actually is a void, takes most of these essential components out of your food, and you end up with a lot of starch and starch. So we have to be aware of eating green, healthy, lean and clean. And when we're talking about eating clean, we go down to constipation. They say that constipation is the mother of all diseases, and my friend, I believe that is so. We have to find a way to rid ourselves of blocked up bowels and to ensure that our system is relieved at least once a day. 2 or 3 is better. So lots of greens and soups and all brands will help. But the fluids, if you don't relieve your bowels, it means that the water that's in your stool is going back into your bloodstream, and that makes your bloodstream dirty, and that enables disease to thrive in your body. In a toxic environment, body fat thrives because your body has to be able to get rid of toxins, and if it can't, then fat is one of those toxins that will be effective and we will increase weight. So constipation, again in 2022, let's look out for the foods that are high in nutrition, low in calorie, easy to digest, low in starch and low in carbs. These are the foods that will enable us to avoid constipation. After we look at some of the physical things that might affect our weight in 2022, then we've got to look at the emotional side.
Once I started, I couldn't stop. I ate because I was mad at Rick. I ate because I was mad at my mom, because I was scared about state, and because I felt so guilty for eating.
What's going on? We're coming in.
Don't, please.
How many of us are yo-yo dieting, gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight, losing weight? Boredom, frustration, stress, and loneliness are all common emotions that trigger us to eat, even when we're not hungry. As society becomes more fear-driven and competitive, our anxiety, our impatience, our feelings of sorrow and helplessness, even anger, is starting to increase. We feel our sense of security is being compromised more and more each day. At this time, when we feel we are living in a fearful society, emotional eaters are under intense pressure. Already they are triggered by their emotions to eat, but now it's ramping up during this era of change, instability, and uncertainty. If you are triggered by your emotions to eat, you will have to learn to take authority over those emotions if you do not want your weight to spiral in 2022. If your emotions are running wild, it is likely that your body will reflect that sense of being out of control. So if you feel you need support on your weight loss journey in 2022, I would love the opportunity to coach you one-on-one with my private consulting service. Or I'd also like to invite you to join one of our Slimmers meetup if you live in Accra. Either as a private client or as a Slimmers Meetup member, we will guide you, keep you accountable, and even counsel you through the rocky times when it comes to your weight that 2022 is lining up to throw at you. Let's get ready for the battle and let's be determined.